Welcome to the Crimson Room or something like that.
Welcome to the Crimson Room, sweetie.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Please take a seat.
No need to be nervous. The Crimson Room welcomes you.
Oh, welcome to the Crimson Room. You look so sweet.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Enjoy your stay.
Hi. Welcome to the Crimson Room. Have a seat, please.
Welcome to the Crimson Room, darling.
Yara Dasa. Welcome to the Crimson Room.
Oh, hello there. My master has been expecting you. Please, come this way and enjoy your time in the Crimson Room.
Oh, wow. Yo, how's it going, everybody? It is I, your sadistic spirit guide Yokai, and we will be joined by an amazing content creator who I have the pleasure of meeting recently and just having a wonderful time with. Introduce yourself, Wraiden.
Hello. My name is Wraiden, and I'm a part-time variety VTuber from Australia with a major focus on story-driven games and art. I use they, them pronouns, and yeah, I'm honored to be here today.
Oh, nice. Hey, sorry if I call you like dude or bro. Like, I hope that doesn't like I usually use those as like very gender neutral terms, but I know people can get kind of like.
Nah, you're fine.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this talk show, podcast, whatever I do. We had to do so. Scheduling this time wise is the reason why we're doing this. For me, technically today it is Friday, 3 p.m. What time is it for you, Wraiden?
It is 7 a.m. On a Saturday.
I apologize so much. I know this is like hard to do.
No, it's fine. Like, it was surprisingly easy to wake up, purely because I've been doing 9 a.m. starts at work, like for the last 2 weeks. So it was just a few hours earlier. It's fine.
But we're here. Thank you so much again. I always like to thank my guests a bunch because I know like everyone's schedules are busy, and I know like it can kind of be a little daunting having to be like, hey, you're gonna be on a talk show kind of esque, and you're gonna be asked questions about, you know, your VTubing career and your like life and maybe some IRL stuff, and I know a lot of people kind of get like a little like anxious and like I don't know if I'm okay with that, or I don't know how interesting I can be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said to you before we even like went live, I'm an open book, so like there's not much that I'm not willing to talk about.
Oh man. Well, first off, I do want to ask you this because I've always been very curious. What inspired your design? Because I see a lot of different things that really kind of get me going. Like, is this like a ice dragon thing from like the guy from Bleach, or is this like it's, I don't know. I'm like very interested in like the whole look.
I never even consider. Wait, are you talking about Hitsugaya?
Yeah, Hitsugaya.
I didn't even consider like him at all. But like my I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, yeah, I like dragons. I like electricity. Let's smash them together. Storm Dragon, there we go. And then I also have like a really big like love and admiration for like Japanese culture and everything, hence like the more traditional like Japanese attire for like my casual outfit. Because I do also have like my formal outfit, which is just like more of a suit to match with lore reasons. It's like, if I swap my outfit, is it gonna mess with the green screen. It shouldn't. There's nothing green on it. It's all blue still.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. You can switch it. I have had guests do it before. I believe one of them was Raymine. I believe she used to do that because she has a 2D model, and one of our other guests, he has like a bunch of different outfits. He goes by Chaos, and he switches it up. Whoa, look at you all dapper.
But yeah, this is my more formal outfit to match with what our group is called, like the Syndicate, which is essentially a mafia.
That's fucking rad. That's sick.
So this is his Syndicate outfit, and then his this is what he wears for his tea house. And like my most common thing that I draw, because I can't be bothered drawing chains all the time.
You know what? You're in like a cool little outfit. Like I have something very similar. I think I'm just gonna put it on too. I gotta put my kimono on, you know, rep out. I do have a quick question from a guest for you, my guest. Freya did ask, do you have a full dragon form?
Not on, like, not as a model, but yes, I do have one.
Nice.
If you want, I can like send you.
Yeah, if you want, send it to me in the Discord, and I can like add the hyperlink into the chat, because I feel like the chat always sees people who put links in as like spam.
Yep. Where? God, I gotta find it in my images. But yeah, Wraiden used to not have any fur at all.
Ooh.
He used to just, you know, be a typical dragon with like, you know, scales. And then I was like, no, I want fur and feathers.
I'm pretty sure that's how dragons really were. I'm pretty sure they have like fur and feathers and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't put it past it. Thank you, my wife. She asked me to hydrate.
Oh my god, hydrate. I'll even match your hydrate.
Perfect. See, everyone's drinking water now. This is what we need to do more of.
But yeah, so that's his dragon form. He's considerably larger than his original like concept.
That's fucking awesome, though. I think you could go bigger. I'm just, you know, I'm not here to like really like dictate anything, but I'm like, I think the form could be bigger.
I feel like I could definitely go bigger, but any bigger I feel, at least for like his own reasons, like to be able to fit within a tea house as well, it might be a little challenging.
Plus, I mean, if you like dragon wise, you can always just kind of say like, hey, I can make myself bigger if I wanted to, or I can make myself smaller in my dragon form. Like, you can always use that kind of like, well, this is just basically how I like to appear, but if we need to get like bigger and serious, we can do this or stuff like that.
Yeah. Very true. I didn't consider that as like an option. The like current size that he is a hell of an upgrade, because he used to be the size of a border collie.
That's rad.
He was tiny, and I think I had his like human height at 4'5".
Whoa.
Like, he was tiny. And then when I redesigned him, I was like, no, I want to be tall. I'm making the executive decision to make myself tall again.
That's the best. Dragons and dinosaurs are synonymous in most languages. Yeah, dragons and dinosaurs, like like most other countries will actually just call them both dragons.
Yeah.
I think Japan is one of them where like they just call dinosaurs dragons.
Yeah,
Not positive.
It's weird.
It's cute and floofy dragon. But
he is very cute. I would give him lots of squishes.
So you were inspired by dragons and Japanese culture to bring this wonderful model amongst us. But like, what was the beginning of your journey into VTubing? Were you like a prior streamer before, or are you like most of us a fan that just was like, I love that, I want to do that?
I started streaming back in 2020, I think, is when I got my like new PC.
Nice.
It was either end of 2020 because I got back paid from the government for not being able to work. Thanks, COVID.
So you're okay. I'm with you. I'm in the same era of like became a VTuber during COVID.
Yeah. Well, I started as a facecam streamer.
Ooh.
I was a facecam streamer for about a year and a bit, and during that time I met all of my friends in Perth, where I now live. And they like half jokingly were like, just become a VTuber. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not? And so I drew and rigged my first model myself because I was broke, still am.
That's fucking... So you drew this and rigged this yourself?
Not this one.
Okay.
Not this one. I drew this one myself. I didn't rig it myself.
I was about to say, I was like,
you're one...
talented.
Thank you. But yeah, my first model took me, I want to say, like 30-40 hours worth of work of like art and rig. This model, after I got sick of my old one, it took me, I think, 50 or 60 hours just for the art. And then I started to rig it myself, and I was like, nah, stuff this. I'm giving it to someone else. Take my money.
But it looks great though, like just the design wise, like I could see 60 hours of like, that's like a whole work week and a half putting into this. Like this, it's definitely shown. I love, well, you guys can't see that he has like a floofy dragon tail. It appears here and there in the shot.
I was like, it's very, very hard to see because I don't have any way of like putting it up, but it's there somewhere.
Yeah, my tail's behind me. It just wraps around and like keeps my back warm.
Yep.
But that's so cool, dude. I love that people can like draw their own models, and some of them will rig them, and some of them are like, well, here you go, this is what I have so far. Like if I was a rigger, I'd be like, dude, you did like the good legwork of this, because drawing is insane. Like I wish I had that talent. Some people have a more detailed hand, a more refined hand. I'm just a guy who can make people laugh here and there. That's all I am.
I mean, hey, that has its own merits, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, when you look at like the cost of 2D models as well, like I've been doing digital art for 13 years now. So I was like, I can do this myself. I may not particularly want to because it's a lot of effort.
Oh yeah.
With all of the like layers to cut. Because I think Wraiden has like over 100 layers total.
Insane.
And then that's not including all of the shading and stuff on top of that, because that's all merged down. But yeah, I saved minimum 300 on art, and then God knows how much on the rig, because I found someone who's actually pretty affordable and took payment plans, which was very, very lovely of them.
Nice.
So yeah, all in all, my model only cost me like $500. as opposed to like the $2,000 that's usually associated.
Dude, 500? Dude, that's like getting my dog's ball out of him. Like, that's fucking cheap. Kind of. That's kind of cheap.
Of one surgery. Well, it's cheaper for you because that's an AUD, so it was only like 350.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That's
like,
that gives me ideas. If I wanted to ever do 2D, I could like see what's up with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's like really talented riggers out there who are like just starting out, so have lower prices. So yeah, you just gotta look for them. Definitely worth it, because it also helps them practice and like build their confidence and everything as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Wraiden is my own art. I have yet to ever be asked who drew my model.
Yeah.
But it like, which is surprising because it's so different from my normal style. I think the most like the thing that's the most common across like my normal art style and Wraiden is the way I draw eyes. That's it. Everything else is rendered so differently to what I normally do.
Sorry, I got distracted. Give me a second. I gotta go put this cat away real quick. Give me a quick minute.
He's come back with a vengeance.
I'm gonna entertain the chat for a quick second. I'm going to deafen real quick. Be right back. I love good wisdom. I don't want to. But I'm going to give you space because I just want to say I appreciate you. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, wow, my earphones are in the wrong direction. I was like, why am I hearing this from the other side? Apologies. But no, like again, like big talent. I love the fact that you're you like the fact that your rig model that you're all together. Like in my price wise, it's 350, but for you 500. That's still like not like an insane amount. Like compared to like, and it's rigged really well too. That's what I like. I'm like really surprised. I was like,
yeah.
really.
Yeah, I don't know how many models she'd done in the past. But I found her on Blue Sky. The name is. Do you mind if I give her like a mention?
Hell yeah.
Her name is Yukena. She's really, really sweet. And yeah, I found her through Twitter, and I was like looking at some of like previous works, and I was like, I really like your style. How much would it cost to like get my model rigged? And she was like, yes, like flick it over, I'll have a look. And I was like, cool, no worries. Did that, and she's like, yeah, I could do that for like 350. And I was like, damn, all right.
Oh shit.
That's like so much less than what I was expecting, but hey. But no, absolutely worth it. And like, she was so helpful. Like even after it was finished, if there were like small little like things that I noticed that needed fixing, she was always like more than happy to go back in and adjust it, which obviously very appreciative of. But yeah, no, very, very sweet, really nice to work with.
Nice.
And yeah, I highly recommend her. She did it.
If you want,
fantastic.
you could link me her Blue Sky, and I don't mind posting it in the chat. So if anyone else is like interested in acquiring her services, that'll be ready to go.
Let me grab. I don't know if she has a card. I can't remember. Let me. Yeah, she does. Cool.
Sweet.
There you go.
Awesome. I'll link that in the chat for everybody who is interested in purchasing their services. That's just fucking cool, dude. I like the fact that they have I think a lot of people can like, it is an expensive thing to do. I think rigging like is insanely hard. And I think that people deserve to have like okay, I'm asking for like 1,000 or I'm asking for this amount. I can totally agree with that amount, but when people, I wouldn't say undersell their abilities, but are like not afraid to be like, well, I can do it for a cheaper price, like honestly, because I'm not going to do too much. That's where I'm like, really? Like, you are like carrying a good amount of people when you do stuff like that.
Yeah, like a lot of I also struggled with it when I was younger, but like artists undervaluing their own work is so common. Like I used to like offer commissions for like $2 for like a full body drawing, and it's like, bro, that's so many hours of work. Like it takes forever for me to do that shit.
Full body
I was
for
just like,
$2.
$2. It's like, no.
That's crazy. That's at least like I guess like I don't know how much, $30 or $40, but like that it would be like for like my wise, like that's like $30 or $40 like even right there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The conversion is like 1.6.
1.6. Okay, so Steven still it's like of like almost like $15 or like $18 at that point too. It's like,
yeah,
I would still like have to like, Jesus, that's so little. That's so little.
Yeah, I was young, I was stupid. If I were to actually like take commissions nowadays with like my current like painterly style, it would be well and truly over 100 for a piece, like for a full piece. Because it's so much more work and very time consuming.
Ah man, just looking at the detail, I bet.
This like Raiden's model isn't even my normal like painting style either.
Really?
Like this art is like I want to say like a year and a half old. I took 2 years off streaming while I moved into state and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I did it in that time. So it's like a year and a bit old now. Where it's my normal, like, I sorted all of my folders and I'm still unable to find things.
That's what I said when I said, oh, you know what, I need to organize my desktop, and then like I have files and files and files, and I'm like, oh wow, still can't find a damn thing.
It's like, where is this? I literally just had it. Where is it? Do I not have a scaled version of that? That's tragic. Discord is rude and removed the like 25 meg limit or like 15 meg limit or something.
Yeah. I think that's what's like weird, and they basically said, well, you need to have like a nitro, and it's like, for what, a server? Like, yeah, but then if you do that, then you'll be able to do this, and I'm like, that's kind of dumb. That's, yeah, why not just make like, if I don't know, if we're gonna make nitro, like anyone who gives out nitro or just like signs up for it, like have like these perks, like it kind of defeats the purpose of like Discord a bit. I don't know. Maybe they want money.
I hate what they've done. This is my normal painting style for like prints and stuff.
Interesting. So I'm keen to look at this.
So like,
oh wow,
my illustration style, I'll never take commissions for it because it takes me so long. But like my painted style takes me surprisingly less time a lot of the time.
This is
I've
fucking
also,
awesome.
Thank you. I've also done like chibis as well.
Chibis. Yeah, Discord limits are so dumb. They used to not have limits. That's what's weird. Hey, is this Primal or what is it called again?
Primal.
Primal. There you go. Rad.
Yeah, they're some of the most recent pieces that I've done. But yeah, it's 13 years of self-teaching and experimenting with new programs.
That's fucking cool, dude. Like, so were you doing this like what in like high school? Then you decided to want to do it in college, or like?
I started like I've been like my whole family is like in some way or another artists.
Ooh.
Like my grandma was an oil painter.
Mm-hmm.
My mum was a like cake decorator. I had a small business for it.
Nice.
My sister does traditional art, so like oil pastels, chalk pastels, graphite, all that. All the really complicated traditional media that I never bothered to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into digital art when I was 12 or 13. So I was beginning of high school, and then I didn't continue it after high school, like art-wise. I actually dropped art in year 10, I think, because I didn't want to deal with the folios of like showing the concepts and everything and like how you built up a piece. And then yeah, all of like my other knowledge has come from just tutorials online. Never understate the
benefits of YouTube.
Yeah, the benefits of YouTube, literally. And just free resources like how to do this. Like it's so helpful, the amount of information that is available now.
Oh yeah.
Art degrees are expensive.
I bet.
Like a lot of my friends have art degrees, or like they studied art in university and they have like tens of thousands of dollars worth in debt.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
That kills me, man.
I'm so glad I never went to uni for art.
I was gonna be a teacher, so I was ready for like, okay, well, we're gonna go into debt if we want to be like just a nice English high school teacher in English. If I wanted to do it a step further and get my master's, that's gonna be even tougher. And I was like, do I want to have to defend a thesis of something that like either I cared loosely about, or that I'm like have to like basically explain to like 3 different people why this is important or why this shouldn't be like overlooked. I'm like, I really wish I could care for something that much. And I was like, I just like work. Let me just work and get money. That's fine. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so fair. I remember wanting to be a vet when I was younger. I was like, always wanted to be a vet, and then when I got a little older, I'm just like, no, let's do vet nurse instead. And then I got a little bit older and like actually started going to it wasn't like university, but it was still tertiary education. We call it TAFE.
Yeah.
And I did 2 certificates through them, and I was like, maybe no, I don't want to do vet nursing either. That seems really shit, actually. Like for my own like mental health. And so like dog trainer, let's do that. And then literally this last year, I've just been like, I cannot be bothered going through that because that's even more study, which is on the other side of Australia. And like another $1,500 that I don't have. So instead, I spent that $1,500 to like start getting into voice acting.
That's the best. That's the best. I mean, it's uphill battle, but like it's a lot more fun, I guess.
Yeah. It's like I kind of forgot that it's something that I wanted to do when I was younger as well. Like I used to have, I think I've deleted them now. I used to have auditions on my YouTube channel that I privated years ago. Recorded through my laptop microphone. No post-processing. Just recorded and then uploaded. That was it.
That's the best. I love it.
Like, bro, no wonder you didn't get any parts.
I used to do that with like I used to do like song covers, and I used to like have to use like, well, my sister had a MacBook. She let me use it, and the MacBook honestly had a very like it had a good microphone. It didn't like peak crazy or anything, so I would like do song covers, and I didn't use a microphone. It was all just off like recording off the dome, and it was all right. I could still find them on YouTube, but I'm like, it's on an old channel. I made it in high school. It was like me like emoed out, like doing song covers. I would like to forget that happened, but a part of me is like, come on, you can't forget that. That humbles you.
See, all I'm hearing is that you should re-record one of the covers now, and then like do a comparison of like back to back.
See, if I had to like, I think that back then I used to do like a lot of stuff. I used to like train my diaphragm. I used to like I was a lot more like into that, so I was more serious about everything I did back then. Now I don't think I could. Now I would just like mess up my voice, or like I would like have to like go for like weeks on it. Okay, I'm gonna do it only for it to not come out good either. I'm like, oh wow, this is what happens when it's like running when you haven't stretched for like 20 years and you get hit with the hardest cramp ever.
Yeah. It's fine, don't worry about it.
But what I was gonna say though, before I didn't mean to cut you off, was I do like just doing all that did definitely help a lot in different aspects. I did theater acting in high school and college, so like being able to like control my breathing and control my diaphragm and like really like have know what words to exhale and what words to like do a quick inhale take on really did help. Even in voice acting now, like when I do like a recording or anything, I still feel like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna scream. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna scream.
Yeah, I attribute like a lot of my like breath control and stuff to doing choir in primary school.
Yeah.
And also learning multiple like instruments, because I've learned flute, ocarina.
Oh.
Which both require breath control.
Yeah.
I also learned piano for a few years because of my mother being a piano teacher. And I have an acoustic guitar that I don't know how to play.
That's okay. I mean,
I wanted to learn it. I started in COVID, and then I went back to work, and then I didn't have the time to actually sit down and practice.
Jesus, I feel like that's a lot of people. I think COVID really kind of made a lot of people go, I should do something in my in all this, because there was literally nothing people could do. You couldn't go out. Literally. You were limited. Like you had to do something, and I this was what's gonna bring me up to my next question, because I do have a series of questions I do want to ask you now that we talked about voice acting. But when COVID hit and you decided, okay, I'm going to become a streamer, then you became Vtuber, was that transition easy, or was that just like, okay, well, my friends told me I should, let's do it? Like when you first debuted and everything, how was that like building up for you? Because I assume your community was mostly what, just your friends at the time.
Kind of. Like, I obviously, like, my friends and stuff would be around, like, pretty frequently in chat, but, like, I had, like, quite a few, like, community members who would, like, regularly come by, like, already at that point. And, like, I didn't do a debut or anything. I just kind of was like, hey, guys, I'm a VTuber now. Deal with it.
That's fucking awesome, bro.
Cause yeah, I got sick of like feeling the need to look pretty for the camera.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Cause like I would like get home from work.
Your friend Dipper Dot says we are everywhere, TVH.
Yes. Yeah, you guys are everywhere. You stalk me. But I love you. Dipper is one of my besties. Dipper is actually one of the Perth crew who was like, yeah, you should become a VTuber. Just do it. Just do it.
That's fucking awesome. That's rad. Shout out to you, Dippers. But yeah, so I just like made the switch and it immediately made streaming that much easier and more enjoyable for me because I didn't have to worry about you know, how I looked after a day of work. I didn't have to worry about looking tired because I'm always tired, like I'm perpetually tired. And like it also stopped me being recognized in person. I got recognized once in Adelaide. What?
Weirdest fucking experience of my life. I never want that to happen again.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, if it was someone who was like a regular, sure. It would have been like, oh yeah, cool. Glad to meet like a member of my community.
Yeah.
That sort of a thing. But I was literally do you guys have JB Hi-Fi?
I don't think we do. I don't know. Is it like a supermarket or like a little mall or?
It's a like TV, like DVD electronics, sort of company here in Australia.
Okay. We have something similar.
Yeah, I was like leaving, doing my own thing, and this random just comes up and they're like, hey, you're Raytheon, right? And I'm like, because I also like completely changed my name from Raytheon to Wraiden.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, yeah, I came over on a raid last night. I recognized you from the hair. And I was like, never, do not perceive come over on one stream and recognize me from my haircut. It was so uncomfortable. I was just like, oh yeah, cool, like thanks for stopping by. And then I was like, I'm traumatized. I don't want to be recognized like that again.
Oh man.
This is still when I had like sub 150 followers, I think.
That's fucking awesome.
So it was.
It's an awesome story.
It was weird. Like yeah, it's a great story. Never want it to happen again though.
I think the only similar thing that's ever happened to me, and I wouldn't say I was. So, but I became a VTuber because originally I liked VTubing content. I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. I was like, dude, these guys are fucking rad. But before that, I wouldn't say I was a shit poster, but like I was everywhere, man. I would like in my little town, it's not little, but I was everywhere. I was always posting. I was always at a spot, and people would always either have me on video, and they would be like, oh yeah, like this is my night out, and then somebody would message them under that video, hey, you know that guy with the red? That's my guy. And funny enough, I was Papiwolf before the VTubing model. I just gave my VTubing model my name just because I was like, I was like, I already go by this. Here, let's just slap it on there. We'll work everything around it. And only time I was recognized, I remember I had just gotten out of college. My buddy was like, "Hey, we should hang out." At the time, his ex-wife was his girlfriend. She was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna stay home. You boys can just go to the mall." He had picked me up. We had went to the mall, and then somebody that he kind of knew was like, "Oh yeah, this is my buddy." And then he goes, "Wait a minute, you know Papiwolf?" And and then he looked at me. He goes, "Yeah, I do." And he goes by. He then calls me by his real name. He goes, How do you know him? And how do you know him by that name?" He goes, "Bro, of course I follow him on Instagram. He's funny as fuck." He goes, "Bro, nice to meet you." And I was like, "Yeah, nice to meet you too, dog. Hey, thank you for everything." And I was like playing it off like I knew him, and he was and he was. I don't know if I did or didn't, but he's like, "Yeah, dude, like I'm so and so's friend," and I was like, "Oh shit, you are? Hey, awesome. Hey, shout out to you. Thank you so much for hanging out." And he was like, "Yeah, you too, bro." And then like my buddy was like, "Dude, what the fuck? Like I haven't seen you like in like 6 months, and what, you're famous now here?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I don't know what to tell you."
Oh god, I'm like, cause I do like art of Wraiden myself, and like if I ever do conventions, I'm going to laugh so hard if anyone's like, "Oh hey, that's Wraiden." I was just like, "Yeah," smile. Definitely not me.
You're gonna be like, "Where?"
Yeah, just like, "Yeah, I'm a fan like you."
I just think that's very humbling.
Yeah, when I started, like when I first swapped over to VTubing as well, I also kept the same name as like before. So I was Raytheon for like year and a half, 2 years, and then during my break, I was like, that name no longer fits my vibe or what I want to do moving forward. And then I racked my brain because I still wanted to keep the Rye part of the name.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just worked out because Wraiden is very, very like commonly. I think it. God, what's the actual meaning of Wraiden?
I think it comes from the word Raijin, which is supposed to be like the Japanese Shinto god of lightning and thunder. No.
You are bang on. I literally googled Wraiden name meaning. It's the god of thunder and lightning.
Okay.
And then, you know, just slapped a W on the beginning of it to keep the W. And then the second half of my name, Hakuryu, is literally just white dragon.
That's fucking rad.
I was just like, that sounds cool. Let's go with it. It's a descriptor.
when I had seen it, it was like Storm Dragon. I was like, Veldora from reincarnated as a slime.
Oh god, I have not seen that. But I've had like so many people be like, "Oh yeah, is in this character," and I'm like, no.
I think so. Originally, when I was gonna watch it, like my buddies were like, "Oh yeah, we know what's gonna be." Like my buddies were degenerates back then. They were like, "Oh yeah, dude, slime reincarnated isekai slime, bro. It has to. It's gonna have fucking. It's gonna be lewd as hell." And I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, "Is it really?" He's like, "I bet it is, bro." And we watched it, and I remember thinking to myself, "Wow, this is gonna be a fucking RPG, isn't it?" And then like they kind of fell off of it, and I was like, "Dude, I did not fall off of this. This is getting good. I'm loving where this series is going." And now I'm like, like my character's like loosely based off of like Rimuru Tempest, and I was like, dude, hell yeah, this guy's fucking rad. I love it.
Very nice. Yeah, we love stealing inspiration from anime characters.
I feel so bad because like so many people can kind of guess where it's from. Like, oh, you have like the Shishomaru marks from Inuyasha, and I was like, yep. that I do. And I think somebody else noticed it in like my outfit, and he goes, wait, is that like the my main outfit. They're like, is that Sephiroth's outfit from Kingdom Hearts? And I was like, yeah, it is. It's just color swapped. It's just red instead of black, and the blacks is red now.
Listen, character design is literally just stealing parts of characters that you enjoy and throwing them together.
Yeah, Fred, it is. It is my if you look at my main outfit, it is essentially a battle outfit. Essentially, it is Sephiroth's from Kingdom Hearts 1 when you fight him at the Colosseum. I love that outfit. I think that's my favorite Sephiroth outfit, and like I had to go with it. I was like, I like this, but it would look better if it was in red and black, so people can't be like, hey, isn't that Sephiroth's outfit? I'm like, you got me.
Oh my god, I see it.
Yeah.
I just looked up Sephiroth. Yep, I see it.
It's just all red now. It's just red plastered on like Shishombru and Sephiroth and I forgot, and Rimuru, just like that long I call it the mama face when you have like the feminine features, because you usually like have your mother's face, and I'm like, yep, that's accurate. I have the pretty boy face. But back to voice acting, because I'm interested, because you have like a little studio set up for yourself. How have you been enjoying that ride? Have you had any roles lately, and if so, are you allowed to tell us about them?
I have done all of 3 auditions since I started.
That's still good.
So like I don't have any roles or anything. I'm still like in the process of working up like courage to actually record and then audition for things, because obviously I have an Australian accent. No one really wants an Australian accent, even though every country that I know of in the world dotes on the Australian accent.
Yep.
But yeah, most call for like an American accent or something, which I don't know how to do super well yet. But also like recording in my normal voice feels weird. Like I've discovered that if I'm putting on an accent, be it like English, Scottish, any of the ones that I can somewhat do, I want to say at least okay, like listening back to that, I'm just like, yeah, I can listen to this. This is decent. But if I record like my normal speaking voice, I'm just like, this sounds so cringe. What the fuck?
I always think my normal voice when I would record, and people are like, oh yeah, just talk regular. I'm like, dude, talk regular? What do you mean? Like, I don't fucking sound like anything. But yeah, I guess they
like,
just.
What do you mean? My voice isn't anything special.
Yeah, you know what it is?
It just is.
What it is because when you want to act, you don't want to use your regular voice. You either want to influctuate it like higher or lower. And when you get told just use your normal voice, it's kind of hard. Like, how do I act with a normal voice? Like, like how do I? It's like breaking character in character. Like, it's
So I'm assuming you do VA as well, like voice work.
I was always into it. Like, I did theater for like a long time. I love theater. Theater's fucking amazing. And I hadn't really had the like I guess the best way to put this is I didn't want to have to go out and audition again and like do all that, because that stuff is nerve-wracking. That can like really like make you or break you. And then especially if you don't fit the image or what they're looking for, like I just didn't want to like put that on me. Like I'm a tough cookie, but like there's only so much of that before like the cookie crumbles. So I was like, you know what, dude, I feel like I've always been really good at like using my voice and projecting, and like when the director's like, I need this from you, I'm like, all right, you need this energy, okay, I got you. I've always been well at doing this, and like having my having that ability to like, I guess audio wise or like voice and projection wise, get what that character is trying to convey. but like, you know, sometimes they're like, okay, well, your face is doing this, I'm gonna need you to change it up. I'm like, damn, I need my face like that for like to do like this type of like work. And
yeah,
eventually I was like, you know, voice acting might be better. And then a couple of my other acting friends at the time, they would play D&D, and they would be like, isn't this fun, like to like just put voices on and like, you know, really get into character. I was like, yeah, it is. I should just do this. I should just do this. This is easier. Like, I don't have to get told, hey, your face is making a weird angle, can you change that? I could just, okay, like, let me give you what I got. If you like it, let me know. If you need me to do something different. They never want you to do anything different. They're always like, no, that was fine. And you're like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, D&D is a godsend for like practicing anything, because I really like the roleplay aspect of D&D.
Oh yeah.
And like I will always try and like embody my characters and like actually get into their head, which is always fun, especially when you have a whole bunch of like-minded people as well, because they just bounce off each other, and it'll either become chaos or really emotional.
It's usually a mix of both, and it is the best mix of both.
Yeah.
But do you have a demo reel out yet, or are you like still kind of working on that?
No, I do not have a demo reel. I'm listening to my teacher, which I say that in very loose terms, because it's all just pre-recorded content that he put out for like the Voice Acting Academy.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the pieces of advice was to not worry about a demo reel until like you're relatively confident and comfortable, because if you like make a demo reel when you're just starting out, it'll cost you however much, and then by the time it's out and you're actually like trying to use it, you've already outgrown your voice.
I can agree to that.
So then you have to get another demo reel done. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait, because I also don't know if I'm gonna be like starting T again, which means my voice will drop even lower.
Then you're gonna just be talking like this to us, and we're like, whoa.
You're like, who the fuck is that?
You guess you really are a dragon.
Because yeah, like my voice is like only dropped very slightly. Like it's significantly different from what it used to be. But it could still absolutely go lower, because changes take, I think, like generally 2-3 years or so, I want to say, or like 1 to 2 years before they like actually settle, like voice wise.
Ooh,
I could be wrong on that. I know it's some like expansive a couple of years. But yeah, like my voice could absolutely get deeper. I don't know if I want that yet, so that's another reason I'm like putting off making any kind of demo reel.
I think when I did my first one, I did it in like the work, because I did all mine at like my little makeshift area. I recorded in the wrong area. The area I had sound was just bouncing off. The echo was insane. I couldn't do anything about that, and it irritated me. I picked so when I did my demo reel, I picked characters that I was very comfortable doing, and I think that just did not like show any range whatsoever. So like it just kind of like, okay, here's a villain character, then here's a hero character, then here is this, and it just all was very like you can kind of like, there wasn't any shown of range. So like when I was like, oh, I gotta do something different, and then eventually when I like did my most recent one, I was like, okay, perfect, we're gonna like have different aspects. I can play, like, let me show creature sound, like what I would sound as a creature, like kind of stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, do creature, do nervous, do aggressive, do like big emotion, do small emotion. Like I definitely wanted to capture that. Also, I think this is one of your people's Kyo Kicks. It's
No.
That's not Coyote.
But hello.
Hello. I thought that's one of yours. I was like, oh look, one of your friends are stopping by.
Yeah, I have chat minimized.
Oh. Oh well, they have the. I'm so sorry. I need to refund these points because, like, in order for the interview not to be get interrupted, I have like the audio for like the redeems off because I get it like it gets kind of like convoluted.
Yep.
Saw you were on live. Oh, okay. They follow me on TikTok. Thank you so much. I will refund you your points because I have them off on this area because this is an interview. But I feel so bad.
It's fine. If it makes you feel any better, my sound alerts and TTS were busted for so long, and because I have all of my redeems to skip the redeem queue, because I don't want to have to go in and manually accept all of them, there are so many lost points on my channel.
Oh man. But I did want to ask you more the questions because I think that like looking at them, I'm like, when I wrote these like years ago when I originally did this podcast. Yeah. And I look at them now, I'm like, these are pretty like, these are okay. Like these are like still very sensational. Like I definitely could get away with like asking these again in this time of in this era. But I think so. I did want to ask you, like, with becoming Wraiden and becoming the Storm Dragon that we all know and love, what is the big accomplishment that you're going for now, or do you have any at the moment?
I mean, my like current goal is just like 400 followers by the end of the year. That's literally as far as my goals extend. If I end up being able to do this as like a proper like part-time job, to like actually make a decent income, that would be dope as hell. But I like the creative industry is hell.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love being a creative. But it is so difficult, and like particularly as well trying to get into voice work, like, and like digital art. All of everything I'm doing is very oversaturated. So like, if you gotta be something special if you want to like do it full time. I think that would be dope, but like, otherwise, just as a hobby is pretty chill with me. Sorry, my child is screaming.
You're good, no worries. Frey did ask, like, didn't you just hit your goal, or is your goal already met?
Is it?
Did you just hit your goal? Did we just?
Is it?
I can't. I guess we could check.
I deadass was like checked last night, or like, yeah, last night after stream I was like, yep, cool, we're still like a couple off.
No, you're it says you're 2 away on me, but I don't know if like it looks different for others.
Oh damn, yeah, it deadass says 400.
Oh
fuck.
Let me refresh. There we go. Let's go. Okay, so now the real question is, how do you feel now after just hitting your goal?
Well, now I have to follow through on my promise of a smash or pass.
Boom, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. He's gonna do the smasher pass. They're gonna do the smasher pass. They have to do it now. They said they have to.
I was like, yeah, 400 by the end of the year. That seems doable. Also, I think the capture died.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
It was black on my screen for a minute. I don't know why.
Okay, apologies.
You're all good.
But yo, you just hit the goal. How do you feel, bud? How do you feel?
That's insane. It's mind blowing to me because I'm not gonna lie. I when I took 2 years off, I was keeping an eye after I came back on the like Twitch tracker website.
Yeah.
Mostly out of curiosity. And because I hadn't streamed and therefore it hadn't updated in those 2 years, I just like saw this like significant drop in followers and I was like, great. Like, I've been gone for 2 years. It's understandable. Still sucks.
I agree.
And then
I can see that.
Yeah, it affected me for like a couple of weeks. I was like, I'm not making any headway. Like I haven't like gotten past what I was before I stopped. Which like a lot of my original followers found me through Dead by Daylight, which I don't touch anymore. I cannot stand DBD anymore.
I just got into it. That's what's funny.
Oh no!
It's
a plague.
I just got bitten by the bug.
I have 642 hours in Dead by Daylight. And then I was becoming the villain. I wasn't dying a hero. I was becoming a villain and becoming toxic.
Oh no!
So I just dropped it. And then I think I played like 2 or 3 games in the last couple of months because it was like, oh yeah, I'll reinstall it just for shits and gigs, see what it's like now. And then I was like, yep, cool, I haven't touched it since. It's getting uninstalled to save space.
I kind of was like that with Phasmophobia. I really love Phasmophobia. Like, I could play that, like, all the time. And then I was like, oh, this is boring. And then they updated it like crazy. I started at level 1 again. And I was like, well, now you got me back. Okay, we're in it. Okay, everything's different. You guys got events going on. Okay, I'm back.
Yep. Yeah, Phaz is one of those games where, like, I don't have a lot of hours, but, like, I enjoy it. I don't play it on my own because I'm really bad with horror games on my own.
Yeah, dude, I love them. That's my cozy game.
That's your cozy game? Bro,
yeah, Phasmophobia is my cozy game.
That's wild. I'm so sad that I wasn't able to clip me getting like absolutely horrified by like the first jump scare when I tried playing solo while I was waiting for friends, because I made a comment and then the ghost jump scared me and I'm like, you asshole, how dare you. Like,
I think what I love about the game too is like it could still scare me, like I have it down to a formula, what it feels like sometimes, but then there's just a random dude, and I'm like, God fucking shit, God fucking, like, and I just like lose my shit, and I'm like, okay, just reset, you're good, you're alive, you're fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Phaz is great. I have to be in a like particular mood for it a lot of the time. Because like, yeah, it's horror. But like me and my friends, we always find something stupid to do in it, so.
But I will say, like, to add on to what you were saying previously about like how you like were gone for a while and like the numbers started dropping, I full-heartedly understand that feeling. I wouldn't, like, I had like a moving experience, so not a moving experience, but I definitely moved like 4 times, so it was a bit of an experience. When I was like on my push, I feel like I had just been getting some good headway as a streamer. I was meeting more people. I was like doing what I call nice numbers, which was like 2 times more than I was normally doing. And I was like, yeah, awesome, like I can't wait to move, and then I'm gonna definitely do the content more. I'm gonna focus, like I'm gonna like really make this big push. And I feel like I just kind of lost like myself into like I call it my own ego, and like there were just like a lot of people who were like that were in my community calling me out for certain things, and I was like, oh, you're right, maybe I am too like I wouldn't say I was playing mind games, but I definitely kind of I was a tad bit of a manipulator. I think I was very toxic, and I think there was like a lot of people who were like, hey, I don't feel comfortable in the server anymore because I feel like this person here, like, you purposely give them attention just to make me mad, and I don't really like that. And I was like, oh my god. And it wasn't until like I met my wife that she was the one to be like, dude, you're a fucking piece of shit. And like, I love her to death because she was the one who was like, do you not see like you're ostracizing other people by like doing this? Like, you're fucking horrible, dude. Like, I'm surprised that like people were friends with you or liked you enough to like in that manner. Like, you're horrible. And I was like, oh my god. Like, it hit me like hard. I was like, oh my god. And you know, I definitely I will say this, like, she's the one who changed me for the better. Like, when I came back, because I would say I was on the road to being one of those like toxic lewd streamers, and I think she very much like saved me from that, because Lord, like, I could have easily been just a horrible piece of shit, but she's the one who checked me and was like, no dude, like, that's not, you know, you can be more, like, you have more to offer than that. And now definitely the time off did kind of, I wouldn't say it hurt me, but it did give me enough time to like change the type of content I wanted to make. And anytime you change, like, you do a big content change of like how you want to be perceived and how you want to go about, will either slow you down tremendously or like hurt you. I don't think it hurt me per se. Like, I think it really did slow me down in a different manner, but I do like the slow rise I have been getting back now, because it feels healthier. It feels more fun, and like,
absolutely,
it doesn't feel like I'm I guess it doesn't feel like I'm performing anymore. I'm just like, hey, this is me, I'm crazy, and if you like it, well, that's fucking awesome.
Legit. Like, swapping from just Dead by Daylight, because I only streamed Dead by Daylight when I started, to like doing variety. Like, I hit affiliate doing Dead by Daylight, and then as soon as I swapped to more variety stuff, and doing things that I was finding more enjoyment with, my viewership like plummeted. For a like period there before it like started creeping back up, and like even though like after coming back it's been really slow, it's as you said, it feels almost like more genuine, because it's not like a whole bunch of people flocking at once, where it's almost like luck in that instance, but like you actually get to know the members of your community who are joining like as they trickle in, and you build like a closer community that way, I feel. So like, even though the going is slow, it's good.
It's fun that when people from the past come back and they're like, oh, you're back, and they don't really care about what you're doing anymore. They just care like, oh, awesome, so you're gonna play something or you're gonna do something. Like, it makes that much more like, you know what, awesome, I'm happy that you stuck around, because like, no one wants to say like, I'm happy people stuck around, thank you, but like, it is a good feeling knowing that like people see like beyond just, oh, you're just the guy who made those type of videos. Like, you're like, oh no, you're the content creator that I enjoy watching. Whatever you touch is gonna be golden for me. I'm like, dude, that's like the goal. That's what I want to be. I want to be the person who I can play 2 different random games, give you the same energy, and you're like, dude, whatever you touch is just fucking funny.
Yeah, like, I have community members who were like still around from when I was a face cam streamer, which is mind-blowing to me, because like their follow age is over 3 years, and I'm just like, holy shit. I appreciate you immensely. And like, now like my content is so all over the place in terms of what I play. Like, at the moment I'm doing Borderlands 2 with Dipper. I've got like my art every so often. I'm doing Cassette Beasts. Like, it's not consistent outside of like, oh yeah, story based. That's the most overarching thing.
That's good though. Like, I think when you have like that not blanket term, because that just sounds kind of like demeaning, but like when you have like a a one word to describe your content, like variety or story based games, like it does give you that like bit of like, oh, like I go by horror. I'm a horror themed VTuber. Like I love horror, so whether it's me like reading scary stories, watching scary videos, or like us playing scary games, it doesn't matter like what type of scary it is. I enjoy like that level.
Yeah, I think like variety is it's hard to keep a consistent community because you really have to convince people to stay for you and not the gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I made a lot of my followers and like affiliate, as I said, in Dead by Daylight. So everyone who was like in chat was there mostly for DBD. Which like is a great way to like build, a community based around that game. But then if you start hating the game like I did, you then have to be like, no, please stay for me, not just the game. So yeah, variety is definitely it's not the easiest route, and like you can definitely like pick a niche within the variety and stick to it like you have. Yeah. Which I think is like a better way to go about it, but yeah, I was like, yep, this seems cool, we're doing this. And like I generally will put polls and stuff out.
Yeah, you have story
as well. Yeah, like even that's not super consistent. Like what have I played recently? Last played. Melatonin doesn't have a story. That's just a rhythm game. I played like did 2 streams of it to like get through all the levels because I wasn't gonna like try hard to get 3 stars on every single level on stream because that would have taken forever. Like I literally only just finished playing Hades for the first time.
Ooh, how'd you like that?
It was really good. I hate roguelikes. It's really good.
You see, I have a love-hate with roguelikes because I don't like the angles, but the way they have it with the atmosphere they make and the songs they have, and it really just makes it like over encompassing that you can look away from the majority of like, okay, I don't like this too much, but everything else is just fantastic.
Yeah, like my biggest gripe with roguelikes is the restarting from scratch every single time.
Yep.
Which I hate because I like feeling as though I'm making progress, and Hades does it really, really well. And that your deaths actually progress the story. So like it doesn't feel like a wasted effort to just like go on a single run, maybe you lose to a boss and then you come back because you haven't lost progress, you've made progress towards the story.
Yeah.
Which I think is what got me so into it. Also, it's like Greek mythology, so
just already that Greek mythology, there's so much over encompassing like stuff that you get to enjoy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love like Greek mythology and stuff. Just mythology in general. I think I sank 90 hours into the game.
90 hours?
90 hours, and it's still not fully finished.
I like the little tidbits of lore that they add into the game because there's a lot of like Greek mythology stuff that is like, I wouldn't say it's argumented against, but there are like conversations where people are like, no, this happened, and I think one of the things that I really enjoy is like the conversation that I guess Dionysus and I forgot the main character's name. I think it's not Zagreus, is it? I'm trying to remember what it is. Zagreus, where they basically are somewhat gaslighting Orpheus into the idea like, oh yeah, we're actually the same person. And I was like, oh my god, because I do like little Greek mythology like a meme of like, oh, because in Greek mythology it is believed that this is the rebirth of Zagreus, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they added that in there.
It's so stupid. Like I love all of the like banter between the characters, because like a lot of it is like taken and inspired from like actual myths.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just so well done. I'm really looking forward to Hades 2, because I'm waiting for that to enter 1.0 before I start playing it. Also, because I need a break from Hades.
I also just, on the last note of Hades, I always love depictions of Persephone in Hades, where it's not so much that like I took you, you're mine. It's very much like this, like it's a sad relationship at times, man. Like it's like I like that depiction of the kind of depression of like, well, you're never gonna change. Well, you're never gonna change, and then like
yeah.
Because it's so sad.
No, they did such a good job.
And then I just love that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, I love like that kind of like, if you guys would just talk, you guys can literally compromise on so many issues. But I guess we're not
right.
Gonna
But no, you can't communicate. Communication is a foreign skill.
It's a secret language that most people don't have.
It really is.
You mentioned earlier something that I was gonna ask more about. Is that a VTuber group that you're a part of or that you've made?
Oh, the Syndicate? No.
Yeah.
We're just like, it's mostly like us, like my group of friends. And all of our characters are just like connected lore-wise via the Syndicate. So like I can't say for certain on some of them. But like Inky, who is like the Syndicate's leader, I believe is like King of Hell. So she has a really cool design. She's the mafia boss.
That's fucking rad.
The Syndicate. Wraiden is a poison specialist, which is why he also has a tea house. Because he poisons people via tea. Or in less subtle ways, such as dragon. And then Ghost is a like spirit, like a forest spirit, I believe, or like a forest guardian of some sort, who resides in the forest where Inky lives. So they're intertwined there. Wraiden crashes into said forest and gets patched up and taught transformation magic by Ghost, so they're intertwined there. And then beyond that, I'm not super sure on everybody else's connections. I know that before Remy rebranded into a shadow, he was like an eldritch horror, and Enki had his Necronomicon.
That's fucking awesome.
Which is why he was a part of the Syndicate. And then Momo was a demon of some kind who could transport through like electricity and like appliances and TVs and whatnot. And then as far as I know, the last thing I heard about Kit's character was that they're a time traveler, but I'm not 100% certain. It's all very, very loose concept. If we ever
cool.
had the chance to like make a group, I would love to. But yeah, for like at the moment, it's like just like for lore purposes. Yeah, we're all linked. Like we're all friends. And therefore we were like, yeah, let's all have like connected lore. That would be dope.
I still think that's rad. I think all of it is like, it already gives kind of like group energy already, or like it's from what I'm hearing at least.
Yeah, we're all like
You're all little gremlins.
we are all little gremlins. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Dipper's connection is, because he also recently rebranded.
Oh, okay.
They used to be like the vast like space itself.
Oh, I get a Dipper. The Big Dipper. I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it.
And then has now like rebranded to be a like space dingo. So like still space themed.
Yeah.
And a very, very cute design if I do say so myself.
Nice.
And I'm not just saying that because you're in chat.
Oh man. But like that's fucking rad. I like that like shared universe style. It's very it gives like Marvel Comics-esque kind of like style of like everyone's together.
Yeah, I've never really considered that like aspect of things, because yeah, we're all so different concept wise. And like putting all of us like in one room, it almost feels akin to oh god, I can't remember the name of the title. Drawn Together.
Oh, the show.
Because we have so many different concepts, but we're all in the same world.
That's the best.
But no, it's great. It's great. And yeah.
Dipper.
Not a lot of like intense lore, but it's there, so
Even little lore is still good lore, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, like we all have our like independent lore as well. And then it's just like we all can join into the syndicate.
Oh man, it's giving it gives, what is that fucking group in Final Fantasy VII? Avalanche. It's giving like Avalanche vibes.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
It's
I
okay.
haven't played Final Fantasy VII.
It's okay.
I've played 3 hours of 16, and that's it. That's my experience.
Oh man, Final Fantasy games are tough. I think they're tough to like get over a certain border. Like, at least for me personally, for some of them, the older ones. Like, I definitely had like issues with like, okay, I don't like this command deck too much, or like if it's like way back into the original RPG element of it, I'm like, wow, okay, like so many choices to make, so little time.
Yeah, like I have the Final Fantasy VII like remake on PlayStation. I just haven't played it yet because I'm still trying to finish Persona 3.
Oh, are you playing Reload?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I have, I think, 3 or 4 shadows left.
Okay.
So like 60 or so hours.
So you're only halfway through the game, is what I hear.
Yeah, like I find it so funny. The last time I played it, it was like a couple of weeks ago, because I don't get a lot of time to like actually sit down and play Persona.
Yeah.
Like Junpei made the comment of like, yeah, there's I can't remember if it was Junpei or if it was Aki, who were like, yeah, there's only this many left, and I'm like, that's not right. I only have like 60 hours in this game. I know there's another 60 at least. What are you on about?
Oh,
I played
man.
Persona 5.
Could we just say, like, Aki is my favorite character from Persona 3? Like,
Aki is great.
He is just...
Aki is my favorite as well.
He's just the best. I don't know why I'm like, why am I so, like, is it because he's, like, very rough and tough? Is it the slight, like, ignition that he isn't aware of his, like, prowess to females? Is it the fact that he's kind of just a silly bean when you're asked like, oh, like, what do you think about this? He goes, I don't know what to think about this. I don't really think about stuff like this. And you're like, you are just precious.
I love him so much. He was the first cosplay that I made after coming back to doing cosplay as well.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. So I made, or like I 3D printed and like from someone else's model, an evoker and everything. Put LEDs in it. Made his vest and whatnot. And yeah, it was a good time.
See, I love, like, I think Persona 3 was like the first Persona game like I ever played, and I fucking fell in love with it, dude. I was like, I don't know what is happening, but yes, more of this. And
yeah,
so I gifted it to my younger brother. He's like, he's gonna be 12 next year. He's like 11, 12, I think. I know he's in middle school already. And I'm like, all right, it's time to teach you, boy. It's time to teach you about some emotions and feelings.
Time to get you into the good shit.
Yeah, and it was cheap too. I got it for his PS5 for like, I believe I only spent $20 on it, $25, and I was like, really?
Damn, that's
Dude,
really good.
This game to me is still $60 worthy. Like, I still think Persona 5 is $60 worthy.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Persona, like, Reload was hard for me to like get into. Like, my introduction to Persona was Persona 5 Royal, which
the cream of the crop, basically.
Literally, like, best of the best that they've done so far. And going from that, where it like throws you into the story immediately, and like gives you a like very good reason to keep fighting and going through palaces and stuff, to Persona 3 that takes a very long time for the story to pick up.
Yeah.
It took me, I want to say like 30 hours before I was like, okay, now I'm getting interested in the story.
I think for me, like, because I played Persona 3 first, like the original FES, which is technically, I guess, like a Royale version of 3.
Yeah.
It was long, and the one thing there was like so many things I didn't like about it at the time, that like eventually when Persona 4 fixed those issues, I was happy. And then when Persona 5 trailer came out, like the trailer had come out, I was already giddy because I was like, what is happening? We just got Devil May Cry 5 trailer, which I didn't expect at all, and I was freaking out, and I was like, oh my god, what else could happen? What else could happen? They said PR. Oh no, they said P5. I was like, P5, Persona 5? And then I saw the trailer, heard the music, saw the color gradient, and I was like, this is insane. Like, I don't know what God did to bless me with this, but like, I am gonna eat, and I pre-ordered them the same day.
Yeah, my introduction to Persona was almost Persona 4. I've had Persona 4 Golden in my Steam library since like 2016 or 17, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one of my friends in high school was like, hey, yeah, you should play Persona. It's basically anime, the game. And I was like, yeah, dope. I picked it up on Steam, tried to play it, but the Steam port is so bugged, I couldn't get past, like, the first cutscene. And so I just didn't touch it. And then I found Persona 5 relatively cheap at, like, a local game store. And I was like, you know what? Early birthday gift for myself. And yeah, then I sank 150 hours into it and fell in love with turn-based combat again.
It's so refreshing because I think Persona 5 just feels very fluid, and like it just feels so fluid, so easy to play, and I think that's what I really loved about it. And they did add some of those elements in Persona 3 Reload compared to the original Persona 3.
Yeah.
That like makes me appreciate it that much more. But like it is like, it's almost a downgrade if you've never like played like Persona 3 and 4 before 5 that like when you go straight into 5 you're like, I have all of this. I can run, I can jump, I can swing. Like you have all of this amazing like features to make it feel very open worldish. And then you play like 3 or 4 and you're like, oh, I feel kind of limited.
Yeah, it feels like almost empty. Like even the like combat, like the turn-based combat is still fine, but there's no you don't have the team attacks of like the duo attacks that you would unlock between building relationships with characters. The confident, you can tell I played Persona 5 first. The social links don't like really give you anything outside of story either.
Yeah.
Whereas in Persona 5, every single one of them gave you a benefit to like befriending them. And so yeah, that being missing in Persona 3, like the remake, I was like, this is so like it's the same, but it's so different.
I think I was gonna add to that because I was like, what Persona 5 really did was, because I think Persona 3 was like, hey, fun, you get to like max out your social links and then you get access to like an overpowered, I was gonna call it an overpowered persona. But in Persona 5, like it's more incentive to like be social links with your friends, so that way you can unlock their overpowered persona. It's almost like it made social links more important than just, oh, this is a fun function. It's like, no, this is a function you're going to need if you want to like if you want to demolish enemies.
Literally, like I don't feel super connected to like any of the social links in Persona 3.
Oh yeah.
Like outside of the team, like what's his like Tomochico? I sped through his social link because I did not care. I was like, I'm having none of this, bro.
It's just because it's like, it's very evident that like, dude, this teacher doesn't fucking like you like that, bro. She's like, she's just humoring you, and you were like thinking like you're like oh no, we're gonna get married. She's in love with me, and I think that was like the saddest aspect. I do think the old couple is a social link that I enjoy like doing.
Okay, I tell a lie. I do like the old couple.
I just think their whole story is sweet. I think they're like it gives me up vibes, just in a different way.
Yeah, no, I can see that. They're very wholesome and sweet.
I think outside of that, like relationship wise, of like partners that you could. One thing I kind of got. This is just something that I talked about. I don't know if you were in the chat with me when we were talking about this. Persona, let me romance guys too. Let me romance everyone. Stop this.
Yeah, no, I think I was the one who brought it up in chat. Like, just let me be gay, Atlas, please.
Like, I'm tired of this. Like Fallout was like the RPG game that was like, hey, you can romance everybody. You want a super mutant daddy? Bam. You want a synth daddy? Bam. You want to be the female character and like get an Irish hot-headed woman? Bam. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm straight-ish and I'm like, dude, I want to be gay. Come on.
Yeah, like I haven't played a lot of Metaphor, which is Atlas's newest game yet.
Yeah.
But like I can already tell because it's Atlas, you're not gonna be able to be gay. And I'm just like, please, just let me date a guy.
That's such
for the
a
love
weird
of
concept,
God.
dude. Like I think even Mass Effect lets you, and is it The Witcher? It also does it, where you could be you can romance, or is it Dragon Age I'm thinking about, where you can romance.
Dragon Age is very queer, so
yeah, okay, so it's probably good.
I remember hearing everyone throwing a hissy fit over Vanguard being as quote woke. as it is when Dragon Age has always been queer.
Well, it's because it's all like very D&D-esque, and D&D, like, I think a lot of people don't know, D&D is just a bunch of sexually fluid people playing a game and role-playing with each other.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's the queerest like game series. You can't be mad.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah, you're playing D&D. What do you expect?
It's the best. But I think that's what Persona needs. When Persona 6 comes out, one option I really would love them to do, because they did it for 3 Portable. Give me a female character as well. Like, make it. I want to be able to either be the male character or female, and let me date everybody. Come on, don't be afraid.
Yeah, literally.
Like 4, I think 4 is the first time we ever have an outwardly. Well, we have 2 very queer characters in 4. We have I guess he would be considered a punk or a delinquent, like a sexually fluid delinquent, who is, sorry about my dog, he's demanding attention. Let me just take him out real quick.
You're fine.
Hey, Papash, you want to come out? Come over here. Come to Papash. Come to Darish. But yeah, in Persona 4 we have delinquent who is like doesn't care. He's very pansexual, and then we have his love interest, who is a gender fluid detective boy. Best characters. Best characters.
I'm looking at. Let me look at this image. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, half of these characters look queer.
I think that's that's what I loved about Persona 4 wise. Like, story wise, it's solid. I think it takes a lot to jump off, a little bit more than Persona 3 does, because I feel like Persona 3 drags until you feel like you're able to do something.
Yeah.
Persona 4 is kind of the same, except it's not afraid of giving you like really big existential, like, no, this is how some people, like, I guess Persona 3 has a good story. Persona 4's characters make the story.
Yeah, I've heard that the characters in 4 are really, really good.
Like, you care about these characters.
Like, I would love to be able to actually like play 4 if it would work on my computer.
And I believe, I'm not 100% positive, but I believe there's coding that did allow you to technically romance the male best friend in Persona 4. Like, originally, like, there was like this like line of dialogue that kind of hinted where he's like, I don't think I've ever felt this way about another person before, but you really it was just so sweet.
That's tragic. That's tragic. Atlas, please.
Atlas, you cowards. Let us be,
literally.
Let us just live out our gay fucking fantasies, Atlas.
Let the queers be happy.
I think that's what like made people like. I think no. Well, did Atlas do? No, level 5 did Life is Strange. Oh, Atlas, please.
What? How many games has Atlas? I know Atlas is a very big.
I believe they did Mirror's Edge, Shin Megami Tensei, then eventually when they made the spin-off, which would be a later Persona, then they have Metamorphosis, which I
deadass didn't know that Persona was a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei.
Really?
When I was looking up like Akihiko and it kept bringing up like Shin Megami Tensei Aki, I was just like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And then I learned that Persona is just a spin-off, and I was like, oh.
It's just like a rework. It's like, hey, do you like shadows, demons? I guess. Well, guess what? They're called shadows in this game, and you're playing in this, and I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm down.
Oh my god, they have games all the way back to 1986.
All good. Like it's funny. Like my kind of cousin, like he's like 40 now, and he's like, dude, I remember playing like the first like Shin Megami Tensei game and thinking, whoa, this is great. And when they made Persona 1, I freaked out. I was like, what is this game? I'm in high school. I'm doing this and that. And I was like, really? Like, it was that big for you? He goes, dude, when Persona first dropped, I didn't know what the hell I was getting into. And then Persona 2 came out, and I just loved that one so much. And I was like, and he was telling me, like, PS1 days, you didn't just get one game. You got, like, the DLC was, like, the next disc that they released, and you would still pay like fucking $50, $40 to get that to get that second part of the game. And I was like, dang, like PSP would just probably smash those things together and just say, hey, yeah, here's the whole story.
Yeah, literally. God, I miss the days of like
multiple discs
games coming as like one thing that you had to buy. No season pass, no like DLC to be added later, just the game and you have it. That's it.
I think I do like DLC, but like I think now DLC has just been like, hey, here's 1.5, and it's like, oh, so okay, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like
Elden
it's
Ring?
almost like I feel like it's almost used as an excuse to release games before they're like fully finished. Like, you have a playable game with like a story, but they're like, oh, but we want to add this, but we want to release the game now, so we'll just add that later. Which, like, just
we can wait.
Just release it all at the same time.
We're patient. We're not crazy,
right?
I think that's what I liked about God of War, like the Ragnarok DLC, the Valhalla, was it was free. It was like, hey, if you beat Ragnarok, you get Valhalla right away. And then it was story orientated. It did play like a roguelike where if you die, you go back to the beginning. But there was a lot more, it was all story based. Like there was story based deaths that you had to do in order to like start all over again. And it's one of those things where I was like, see, I think if you're going to add just 30 more minutes of content, make it free. Just make it free.
Literally.
Like, no one, like...
It's not that hard.
Like, if you're just gonna add in, like, 30 more minutes, like, if you're gonna add another hour of the game, just make it free. Or, like, make it cheap, like, $5 or $15. Don't make it a whole, like, $30, $40 for, like, something that's barely can be considered, like, an extra add-on, you know?
Yeah. We can dream.
we can hope. We can hope.
Hope.
Yeah. Persona
Dream.
Persona 6, man. When that comes out, you know what I want? I want a female main character. Just right off rip. If we're not going to have either male or female, just give me a female main character, because I think I could have a lot more fun.
Yeah, see, like, I wouldn't hate playing as a female if it meant I got to romance the guys.
Exactly! Or, like, if it gives me... I will say, I'll get mad if it lets me do both guys and girls, because I'm thinking, okay, so it's just you guys don't want to see guys happy, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming you have more questions.
I do. I love how we just fall on a tangent.
We've been rambling about Persona for like
it's hard
20
not
minutes.
to. But I do. But like, I guess like a little bit more of a serious note that we could kind of talk about as like, you've been in it for quite a while, this VTubing community. Like, there has to be some things that you have just like seen now that just aggravate you, right? There has to be things that now, like when you're like, oh, here we go, and like somebody's like I thought was a friend now is a weirdo, and now I have to kind of like distance myself or like even cut them all out because you didn't know how fucking wild this person was.
Yup. There's definitely been a few, which like starting out and like with like my very, very small social circle, because I don't branch out, like I didn't branch out a lot. I've tried more recently, but like starting out I was like, yeah, cool, small circle, avoiding all of the drama of like the bigger groups, and like the VTuber community as like a whole. So like if anyone like came up and was like, oh, they're a shit person, it was just like, cool, I'll just block them. It literally means nothing to me. But then like yeah, having someone that I like was mutuals with, didn't talk a whole lot, but like were mutuals and whatnot, have them like outed as like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but not great.
To say the very least, yeah.
Like, yeah, I was like, great. I'm a little more conflicted about that because as a person, I generally give people benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like innocent until proven guilty sort of a thing. But like, you know, you also have to believe the people who are like victims of whatnot. So it was like a conflict of like, yeah, I believe the victims, but also I want to give them benefit of the doubt. In the end, I did end up like blocking them. But yeah, it was weird. That's like the closest it's ever been to like me getting caught up in any of the drama. I hate the amount of drama that the VTubing space has. Like if I go on Twitter, there's someone getting called out for something, and I was like, I do not have the mental capacity to keep track of all of this. So I usually just like ignore it, and then if someone comes up and like turns out to be like a piece of shit, I'm just like, well, cool, goodbye. But yeah, like that's like the only thing that I really hate. Otherwise, like since moving to Blue Sky, everyone's so sweet.
I think
like
Blue Sky has just been healthy in terms of like VTubing community wise, because I think with Twitter is just there's so much influx of just other elements as well, like because it's not even just VTubers. It's not even just VTubers that are like in Blue Sky. Like it's with Twitter. With Twitter, you have like a bunch of people with anime PNGs that just want to like rip on you for being who you are. Just want to like just really like stir your everything that you believe in or love, just because like it pisses you off. While Blue Sky has been very much like, no, like we're chill here. This is all cheerful energy. Like, do you like this person? It's okay to like that person. Like, do you
Twitter? Twitter's also like filled with a whole bunch of engagement bait because of the algorithm, whereas Blue Sky doesn't have that. So everyone is just like posting whatever they actually feel like, and you get to see like a more accurate version of people on Blue Sky, which I think is really nice. It was also like really helpful for me, at least, finding other VTubers who I would otherwise be too intimidated to even like reach out to or like comment on their stuff because of their following. But because of Blue Sky forced everybody to restart, basically, I'm like, oh, you have the same amount as I do, or like you're a similar size as me. I don't feel as intimidated, even though like I then go to their Twitch and I see they have like over 2K followers, and I'm just like, oh boy.
I'm really surprised. I feel like I thought you'd be like 1.2K, but like,
no, I'm tiny.
Well, see, I've never one to like.
Small.
I don't really like. I guess the word I can appreciate a person who has big numbers, but I'm not going to discredit somebody who doesn't. Like, in my eyes, like, okay, you have like 5K, awesome. We were just talking about our love for Shishomaru and Inuyasha. That's awesome. And like, I don't let that change my narrative of how I should interact. I will limit how much I interact, only because I understand, like, hey, if you're doing this, you're probably either streaming full time or working on content creation full time, and you don't need me to be like bothering you, like, hey, so what do you think about this? I'm like, no, we can talk about that when you are free or anything. Like, that's perfect. Like, I'm not gonna blow up your spot when you are doing this full time and I'm doing this as a hobby. Like, I get it. Like, this is your work. Like, I'm not gonna bother you at work like crazy.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, we're all nerds who just want to
be anime people,
stream and create content. Because like I I treat everyone the same, regardless of if they have like, you know, less than 50 followers, as opposed to like if I was friends with someone who had like 50k, you know?
Yeah.
Like everyone gets the exact same treatment, but I just get intimidated because I see that and I'm just like, oh, I'm a little scared to interact with you purely because of how popular you are. But like, I like to think I'm getting slightly better, especially because Blue Sky has helped. Like, I'm a little more confident rating bigger streamers, as well. It was really funny. Because I usually try and like raid people who I'm either like friends with, or like smaller and trying to hit goals.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, their content looks interesting and they seem chill, so I just like, yeah, let's go have a look. It was really funny. I have like a few people that I follow that have like thousands of followers that I would normally like either not stream at the same time as, or like won't raid.
Yeah.
Because they already have a big following. And I was like, yeah, this person only has like, in my head I was like, this person only has like 10 or so viewers at the moment. Let's take you guys over there, like have a chill time. And then I like scroll down and I see their following is like several thousand, and I'm just like, oh, I got in before everyone got here. Oh boy.
That's still.
But they were really sweet. And yeah, so like it's helped me become a little bit more confident with that, which is probably a good thing because it helps with networking as well.
Oh yeah, I think I don't really realize if people are big or small until like someone points it out to me. Like I think I had this one guest who she does phenomenal all over. I think she just does Twitter still. I don't know if she does Blue Sky as well, but her name is Raymine. She's like this water nymph frog VTuber, fucking rad person. I think she's really cool. And she at the time was in a server which we all were a part of, and was like, hey, I would love to be a guest on an interview. And I was like, hey, hell yeah, thank you. And then after the interview and we streamed and everything else, so I think she had like 2k following or 3k following or something, and my buddy had messaged me. He's like, bro, she's kind of a big VTuber. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, like I don't know if you know this, but she's kind of like, she kind of puts numbers, like she hits like 25 to 50, and I was like, oh, cool. She was rad. We were geeking out and being like dweebs and stuff. Like that's that's the best.
Well, yeah, like I said, like we're all people. We're all nerds, just here for a good time, play games, meet people. But yeah, like it's wild. Like obviously you'll have like some like people who let numbers go to their head.
Oh yeah.
And then they like become like conceited or arrogant about that. But like for the most part, in my experience, even like people who are larger, like they appreciate every single person still, which is like what I hope to achieve. Like I don't want to be an asshole if I end up like getting a bigger following. Like I still want to be like genuine and whatnot, you know.
I think that's the hope of everyone.
Getting to know people.
I think that's what
well, I would hope it's the hope of everyone.
I think that's what made Blue Sky so like out right when it like people started moving and made this big switch like more relevant, is the fact that like there was just already it was the last straw Twitter. People just wanted to go someplace where they can just kind of get away from, and everyone kind of left to an island at the same time, and we're like, oh, so you're on this place too. And then it just really worked out well. It worked out the best way. I think everyone who announces that they're streaming on Blue Sky, or who like becomes friends with streamers on Blue Sky, have all seen like a nice, I'd argue a healthy growth, because I feel like I've definitely jumped from like this 350 to like 400 follows really quickly, and I've met like a lot of nice people, and I've definitely followed a lot of people who I was like, I don't know if I would say I was intimidated, but I was definitely like not as engaging with their content, only because I'm like, oh, they got like 5K, or they have like or they have like 12K followers. Like, they don't need to, like, my follow doesn't really matter to them like that.
Yeah.
And like that kind of did take away that idea that I had of them, and then led me to be like, you know what, maybe I should like interact more with people. Like, I mean, I don't really care if I'm seen or not. And then I started noticing, oh no, I'm seen. Okay, didn't expect to be seen.
Oh no, I'm being perceived.
Thank you. And then, you know, I always have this theory of relativity that like you are going to draw people who have like the same vibe as you and similar like aspect. And I think that's what made make like this whole conversation fun, is like I do genuinely feel like we are on the same kind of vibe of like, oh, we like this, we love this, like this is like, we nerd out about this stuff, like we're kind of jokey about this, or we want the same wants from this and that.
Yeah, we're very similar vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking like growth on Blue Sky, I've been using Twitter for like not super religiously, but like posting somewhat regularly when I started getting back into streaming. And like growth non-existent. There was nothing. Whereas like over on Blue Sky, within like a month or two, I'd already hit 100 followers, which was probably attributed to like the starter kits and whatnot that people put together.
Yeah.
But like even still, the fact that those exist for that kind of discovery is amazing, especially for like smaller creators, because Twitter is a cesspool.
I think what's like I said, like Twitter is just filled with like a lot of people who like are just not like just are farming engagement, but also like farming like different wise, like of like certain accounts just making random content, or just reposting random content just to repost it.
Yeah.
And it's
also the amount of things that get your post nerfed by the algorithm is insane. Like, you can't mention another website, you can't post links, you can't like post more than like 3 hashtags. Like, it's stupid how much or how many things get like
basically sunk in the algorithm. Yeah. And like one of the tips that because I've been to like a few panels at conventions about like, you know, growth on social media and stuff for VTubing, how like short videos, like make your weekly schedule a video that's like a second long, so that when people are sitting there looking at it, it repeats, which gets the views up, which boosts it in the algorithm. Which I think that's like, yes, it's clever, but you shouldn't have to do that to get your post noticed. It does make it feel like okay, so I have to do this to just be seen. I get that, because I think somebody did tell me like, hey, if you want to grow as a content creator, like streaming is only one element. You need to also like post, like your clips definitely should not be over a minute. They should always be under a minute, because that like will hold, that's enough time that if someone has the patience to watch after 15 seconds, they'll watch it to the end. You have the title grabby, like who cares about what's in the description? It's your title that's gonna make everyone like go, okay, I need to click this, or like and then definitely do not be afraid to use the opening, the best line of the clip, or like the cliffhanger of the clip to be like the opening of the clip. And I was like, Jesus, like,
there's so much to go into it. Like, I haven't even tried cross-posting like on TikTok or anything. Like, I post some clips on my Blue Sky. I haven't recently because I forgot about it. But like TikTok is another like big one that like, you know, is probably a really good avenue. Another one is like Instagram, and Instagram Shorts and stuff is very underutilized by VTubers. So like there's an entire untapped market on Insta. Because yeah, everyone thinks like YouTube Shorts, like Twitch clips, TikTok, and then like Twitter or Blue Sky. That's like generally what people think of.
It does work. I think like the Keo kicks came from TikTok. They just told me that they were they seen my TikTok, and I think what TikTok does, and what I noticed it is like you can like if you like do like maybe 3 videos of the same content, they will do relatively good, but that 4th one just will be buried. It'll be thinking like you're trying to flood. Oh shit! It'll be thinking you're trying to flood like the algorithm with all of it, so it just kind of buries it, and like you have to like basically like cleanse the palette, I guess, and make something else, just so that way it doesn't like try to bury like the clip videos. Like that's why now like for like these like for the Crimson Room I only do 2 clips, and the rest of them if I find like clippable moments, I'll just upload them onto YouTube.
Yep.
That way, like if like, because one thing I did realize is like YouTube Shorts works a lot too, but having like so like for podcast or interviews, if you have like very like watchable clips that are like more, because on YouTube once they're more than a minute and they're under that 5-minute mark, it works well, because now people are like, oh, I get to see 3 minutes of what this interview had, and then they'll watch the 3 minutes of it and like, oh, that was really cool, I wonder where in the whole interview that takes place, and then now they watch the whole interview and then they're like, oh, that happened in this part, that's awesome, or like this is where they talk about, or this is more context for that conversation they were having.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just all this like extra thinking.
I like the way that YouTube like Shorts do that, how you can like clip a specific moment and then link to the actual video that it comes from. I think that's a really good way to like get further engagement into the long form content. So yeah, like YouTube is another one that I should probably go down. But I'm slack. I've got my VODs like uploaded. They have placeholder names and descriptions, and they're all privated because they don't have thumbnails.
See, I use Canva to make my thumbnails.
Yeah, I'm not an editor. So I do the bare minimum editing. I cut out my starting soon, my BRBs, and then my ending. That's it.
I think the way I worked, how I've worked everything for like my stream schedule is I have to play one game that's just fun to watch me like play, one story game that I can like have it as a series on YouTube and have clippable moments, and then collab games that like I can play with people if they would want to play a game with me, like, oh, I want to play this, okay, then I'll record that and be like, oh, look at us play this, and then it adds like that kind of idea of like, oh wow, there's so much going on in this channel, like I want to like catch it live, and then we'll transfer over to the streaming. It just, I try to keep everything very like I said, like we were talking about earlier, I want to sell the energy of me, not what I produce. Like if like you want to buy my energy, not the what I'm playing and what you believe like I'm only good at doing, which is giving you this type of content, then that's what I want to aim for. You should want to see me. You want to see me in everything. Perfect. Then come and see me for like the full vibe. No, that's fair. I have like over a terabyte of videos of my VODs just on my PC that I haven't yet edited. Because I don't have a lot of time to like sit down and like actually edit, which is why I've given up on like editing streams down into like shorter episodes. Because that's way too much work for my brain. So I do bare basics. If I change game, I now will like stop the recording while I'm live and then restart it when I change, so that I don't have to like cut
a 5-hour long VOD in half, delete the second half, export the first half, undo the delete the first half, and then export the second. Like, it's going to save me so much time when I get around to it.
I think I follow this philosophy, and I forgot who told me this. This might have been not a content creator. This might have been someone else, but who said, like, in every hour there's always something funny in an hour. And I was like,
yep.
Is there? And I was like, yeah, there's always something entertaining you can find in an hour of doing something. You'll find something funny about it. And I was like, really? And he was like, yep, always an hour. So like now my I'm gonna say my goal is, but like what I do now for like editing clip wise is like there's at least one clip in that hour video that is funny. So if I do like a 2-hour stream or 3-hour stream or 4-hour stream, just make 4 clips. Just in every hour duration, look through that first hour, find something, pull it. You can probably find more, but just pull the first one you see, and then that way you get more used to the just the idea of editing and clipping and all that stuff.
Yeah, I used to, because I stream for 5 hours at a time, which is a lot of content.
That's a lot.
Like, I used to put my VODs on 2x speed in like the video producer on like Twitch, and I would hit play and I would watch my stream back and clip anything that I found humorous or like a good moment.
Yeah.
And I got so exhausted. I don't have 2.5 hours every single night after stream to sit through a VOD. Especially when I have work the next day as well. So now I make use of Twitch's marker feature, where I can just leave a marker at a moment if I personally recognize it, as like, oh yeah, that's probably clip worthy. I'll put a marker so that I can just go back in to my VODs, see, oh yep, there's a marker there. Let me find the clippable moment that I thought was here. And I've also added it as a command in my chat as well for like my regular viewers.
Yeah.
They can use ! marker to add their own markers to save them having to open a new window, getting distracted from the stream to clip a moment. They can just put a marker, and then I will see that in editing after the fact. And that way it doesn't take away from the stream or like make them feel like, oh, I have to do this myself. Which it hasn't been used a lot, but when it has been used, it's really helpful because yeah, sometimes there's moments where I'm just like, oh, I forgot to clip this. Whoops. Like I say some unhinged shit sometimes.
We all do.
There's one clip that one of my community members edited where it was like the secret to streaming, and it's me just admitting that I have whatever I have in my head, I don't think about what I say. I just say it, and then that's what you get. Smile. My brain is constantly no thoughts, head empty.
It's all good.
But yeah,
we are approaching the end right here. I did want to give you a chance to like kind of I like to do at the end 2 things for the guest. One, find somebody that you would love for us to raid. That way we can go give them a nice raid, and we can say that you sent us. We can give them a little bit of fun. And 2, give us like, I mean, you just hit your goal, like promote what you're about to do, your next stream.
Yeah, that's I'm still like I'm still reeling, just like the whole, didn't you already do that? I was like, what? But yeah, like my next stream is gonna be Monday, which like will be, if Dipper is still down, I'm assuming he's still in chat. We've started Borderlands 2. so we're like 7 or 8 hours into the story.
Nice.
So theoretically, continuing that, or if they're busy, Cassette Beasts, I also started literally the other day. Really, really cute, like, creature capture game. But yeah, I go live every Monday through Wednesday, and then Friday nights as well at 6 p.m. Australian Western Standard, which I believe is 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Which is an insane time difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, there might be art next week. I don't know yet. I haven't thought about my schedule.
Yeah, don't forget you have a.
Oh shit! Wait, no. Monday with Friendmas. Yeah. So probably not Monday. It'll be Tuesday. I forgot about that.
And don't forget, you do have a special stream that you owe your new 400 followers.
I do. Yeah. I'll be doing the like Smash or Pass in the new year. Because I'll put out a thing on my Blue Sky for submissions.
Oh yeah, you already know. I'm gonna be on there too, buddy.
But yeah, so I'll be doing that, and then that'll probably be one of the first few streams in the new year.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's. I'm still like blown away because like my Twitch recap was like plus like I got 70 followers since I've come back, which is wild to me.
You deserve them all. I mean, this interview. I mean, you're such a fun person. I don't think there's anything like is unconceivable about why like a bunch of people came flooding in this year. Like, you are very fun to talk to. You're very genuine. You are funny. You just give like this like nice serotonin talk of like, yeah, dude, we're fucking crazy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like to think that I'm fun to be around, and like people have said as much, but like sometimes I don't believe it still. But yeah, like it like means a lot because it's like streaming is a pipe dream almost. Like
it is a privilege.
It's yeah, like I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't get like the money from the government 3 years ago. So like, thanks COVID? Question mark. You kind of fucked up the world, but you made me possible.
It really made me possible too. I think I started streaming because of COVID. I had nothing to do. I had bought in this like very like okay PC. I tried to make my own VTubing character. Did not go the way I wanted it to. Wasn't the best creator, but you know, we started off what we got, and we made our way to this. Like, I think this is like my beautiful model. The next step after this is probably gonna be 2D, and then we'll see where the world takes us. Because for me, this is just a fun hobby that I get to do, hang out with people, get to like make friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if this becomes anything more, thank you. If this becomes just where it is at, again, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's like the best sort of mindset is like, you know, treat it as like a hobby, and then if it takes off, hey, even better, you know?
Exactly.
In terms of like people to raid, all the people I follow are like, they stream around the same time that I do.
Oh, so they're wide awake, or they're dead asleep right now.
Yeah, so not many people alive. There is someone that I follow playing Metaphor ReFantazio at the moment. Who like I don't get to sit in the chat very often because they stream during the day when I usually have work.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a face cam streamer, very chill. I believe she teaches Japanese or does like Japanese like lessons
Ooh.
while gaming, which is very, very cool. I found them through a convention, and like I've seen him in person. Because it like did a talk in front, or like a panel, which was dope as hell.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's Hanaki. Very, 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 very cool person. Yeah, everybody else is either like obscenely big, like you know, Sai and Monarch.
Oh.
And I'm just like, maybe not. And then yeah, the only other person is you.
Oh my god. It's okay.
So like there's this really cool person called Papiwolf 13 doing a just chatting stream right now.
Oh man. Okay, well, we're gonna rate them after this. Stay tuned, everybody, for the outro as we go raid this person. Do you have any last words to say to everybody?
Thanks for having me. Like,
thank you for coming, bro.
I appreciate. Even with like all the finagling around time zones, I'm glad that like we were able to sort something out because this was really fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think like this afternoon is nap time for me.
Good. This is like I have like I want to say 2 hours before I get ready for work, so like this is like nice. I'm gonna make food. I am going to give my wife some attention, and then yeah, that's basically my day.
Sounds like a very relaxed day, all things considered, you know?
It will be. But thank you again for coming on. I appreciate you, Wraiden.
Most welcome. Thank you for having me.
We will now give you guys adieu and say goodbye. Goodbye!
Yubi!